Good morning, world. It's live tomorrow. Hopefully, I just dropped my 2 videos in yesterday. Today I'm off, so I can make a video for you guys in the morning. And I'll start my go-through series tonight. Tomorrow I work at Denny's, so I'll make a video after my shift at Denny's. Then Thursday I'm off, so I'll make another video in the morning. I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday at Cool Foodie. Yeah. Room's a mess, I have to clean it. Yeah. I'm just too lazy to clean it. Yeah. I enjoy the whole book really entertaining. Yes, I'm not lying to you guys. It's entertaining. The whole thing is entertaining, yeah. When you read it. Some chapters are weaker than others, obviously, but they're all entertaining reads. There's not one boring chapter in the book, they're all entertaining. Yeah. Sarah? There's not one boring chapter in my book. It's all entertainment. Yeah. It's all entertainment in my book. Yeah. There's a reason why my stepmother told me my book's number one. Because Xanus is number one. It's the best fast ever written. Masterpiece. Yeah. And the movie actually will be better. Yeah. I'm making it for $2.4 million. $800 million per volume. I'm putting $500 million towards visual effects and special effects. But like you do the math, what kind of technology looking at for Xanus? Something revolutionary. Something unheard of, yeah. Yeah. How much do you think you'll make off your book, Ivan? 10 to 20 billion. Yeah. These are how much money you off your book, by the way. I made $10.8 million. You made $10.8 million off your book. I'm like, yeah, she's like, holy shit. Yeah, but if I make 10, I'll put 500 million towards my house. A bit less, obviously. I can still make Xanus for 2.4 billion. Yeah. We usually will still have like 6 something billion in our bank after we pay for everything, right? Yeah. There's the house, the jet, the yacht, the game, the movie. That will cost me $3+ billion. If I make $10.8 million, me and VJ will still have like 6.7, about 7 million in our bank. We're still good, obviously. VJ's like, we don't have to make things super hard. It's a bit too expensive. Like VJ, no. Like I wanna put a lot of money towards the movie. That way we get an amazing movie. And we get Peter under the budget for the movie. Or Mel Gibson, obviously. You need to get Peter under the budget, that way he can do whatever he wants for the movie, right? For the battle scenes, the warbling and the horror, the wolves and bats, you need to get Peter under the budget, that way he can do whatever he wants for the movie. He has unlimited resources for the movie, obviously. Sorry. Yeah. 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 So all the Hollywood agents will be calling my office. Oh yeah. All the Hollywood actors agents will be calling my office when my office is open for business. Because they all want to be my Xanus movie so bad. They read my book. Yeah, I even wrote a masterpiece. I want to be part of that $800 million budget movie. Yeah. Biggest budget movie made in history. Almost. It's a huge budget. Most expensive movie ever made, right? Yeah. That's why the gates are touching my money back. Yeah. I'm not gonna let you take out all my $10 billion out of the book when you make your choices every year. You're crazy, man. Yeah, the $10.8 billion on the books for me, VJ, it's not for you. They want to take me, VJ's $10 billion. I'm like, zero, you're not touching my billions, man. It's money for me, VJ, it's not for you. All the trillions in the world goes to you. You're just a great big. I'm sorry if I'm Harry's. I don't want you living that life, man. With VJ's whole on what I'm fucking Harry's. I'd rather have these things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want Ivan being what? Being king even though $10 billion is pocket change, Ivan and Mary VJ with $10 billion in bank with the keys to give us a lot of power, yes. They can start their businesses, they can make their easy billions off that. We want to control that way they don't make their billions. Yeah. The Gates won't control my money, that way they prevent me from being a billionaire, multi-billionaire. They can't stand the fact of me being a multi-millionaire with VJ, right? They're crazy people. Yeah. He's our house what you're by the way. I made $10.8 million. You made $10.8 million off your book. Yeah. My VJ, we can put 500 million towards the house. Okay, yeah. Because I made 10, I can't put 650. I don't want to blow too much of my money. We'll put 500 million towards the house. So we'll make 10.8. That's good enough. But I'll still fund Xanus for $2.4 million. We'll still have like 7 million in the bank. We're still good, obviously. Yeah. He's like, yeah, it's a good investment. If we make more money, we're looking at a better movie. Yeah, rarely technology. A world building that will blow Pandora out of the water. Battle scenes that will blow the Lord of the Rings battle scenes on the water and unheard of horror. And then we're going to be walking devils and demons. Demons and devils. That's why we're looking at a masterpiece. So, Sarah? I'm going to go upstairs and get a coffee, but I don't think there's any cream left, though. I hate coffee with milk. Yeah. Did you cheat yesterday? Yes, I did. I got Glenwood slices. Yeah. I still have one slice left. I got 3 slices. I ate 2 last night. Early this morning, I'll eat 1 slice today. Probably during the video, I'll eat my slice. I have 1 slice left. I'm just gonna eat the 1 slice. I'm not gonna eat all day. I'm gonna eat like 1 plate in the afternoon tonight. Eat food at home. Like there's chicken. I'll eat chicken with salad tonight, right? And that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Are you gonna increase the salaries if you make Xanus or Andrew Manals? No. Like 410 is enough, or 450. If I end up choosing Russell Crowe and Timothy Chalamet, I have to put like 450 million into the budget to afford to pay those guys. Obviously, because it's gonna affect my budget. But no, I'm not going to be hiring 410 for a salary. That's enough, obviously. So let's say I make it for 410. 410 divided by 3. So 136 million is going towards salaries per volume. But the bulk of the money being blown is the money going towards visual effects and special effects. That's where the majority of the money is getting blown, obviously. That's the most important thing in your movie, right? Your visual effects and special effects. As well as your set building, too. I'll put a good 60 million towards set building. So 60 divided by 3 is what? That's $20 million. Yeah, $20 million per volume. Well, the $60 million is going towards building all the sets for all 3 volumes, obviously. And I'll put a good 80, 85 million towards extras for the 3 movies. I might have to put maybe 90 million. Because they're really, the war might take maybe 3 months to film. So the extras are going to be costing me like $60 million if around there, just for 3 months of shooting. So I have to put like 90 million towards extras. Maybe even 100 million. Because they're going to cost me a lot of money. Because Helm's Deep took 3 months to shoot. And my war is even bigger than Helm's Deep. People tell me, yeah, if you got it, yeah, I might have to put a good 100 million towards extras, man. It's getting crazy. Even 90 million is not enough. I have to put like 100 million towards it. And I'll put like 220 million towards the cautious ROI machines for the mask. Obviously. Yeah, so 100 million divided by 3 is what? That's 33 million. 33.3 million. Yeah. Volume 3 will cost me the most, so what I can do is I can put like 20 million towards extras for volume 1, 20 million towards extras for volume 2, and then 60 million towards extras for volume 3. Yeah, I have to put like 100 million towards extras. I told you the war will take probably maybe 2.5, 3 months to film. Because Helm's Deep took 3 months to film. So you have to pay all those extras like every day, tens of millions of dollars. That's why you have to have a big budget. If I run out of money, it's not a big deal. I can just put money into the movie, right? I'll tell Peter, even if I put 100 million towards the budget, if I run out of money, it's not a big deal. I'll just pour money into the budget. Or I can afford to pay. If it costs me an extra maybe $7 million, I can take $7 million. But I should have enough. If I run out of money, if there's leftover money in the budget, I'll still have enough to pay the extras. My budget's huge. Your budget's unlimited. Yeah, it's unlimited. I'll put 100 million towards extras. Yeah. If I'm doing the math, 40, 50 million is not enough. You need to put more. Because the Exodus scene might take a month to film. That's like $27 million on the budget. And the war might take 3 months to film. So imagine shooting 7 days a week and you're paying all those extras. It's a lot of money, man. That's tens of millions of dollars being blown, yeah. Because I don't worry about it. The budget's unlimited. Even if you put 100 million towards extras, you run out of money, we'll have leftover money in the budget. Yeah, we'll have leftover money in the budget to put more into the budget, obviously. It's not a big deal. The budget's unlimited. So, yeah. Because that's a good page over there, $180. They're gonna work hard for us, Ivan. Yeah, for in Hollywood they make like $80, Ivan. $180 is a 9 to 5 job paycheck, Ivan. They can take time off work. Yeah, Peter. The extras can take time off work in Switzerland for my movie. Yeah. Yeah. He was blind about using the movie. Alright, that's a good page for the Ivan. Yeah, he's blind about using the movie, Peter. But Ivan, seriously, man, they can take time off work. That's a 9 to 5 job paycheck, Ivan. $180 is a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, Peter, it's a lot of money. They're gonna work harder for us, yeah. I'm not feeding them, right? They have to bring their own lunch. Yeah. Yeah. Will Peter ask for money? Yeah, he will. He's greedy, man. Yeah, everyone in this world wants to make as much money as they can. Once I offer Peter that 1.1 billion deal, which is 1.4 billion his own money, he might push for a $2 billion deal. What about $1 billion for the movie and like 300 million for the game, 300 million for the merch? I'm like, no, Peter, you're not getting that. I'm not gonna have you do me. I'm not signing to a $2 billion deal. You rip me off, Peter. Well, I'm like, Peter, no, man. You get 700. If I make 10.8 million, you get $700 million for the film profits, and you get your 200 million for the game, 200 million for the merch, and your 85 million base. That's good enough, which is 100 million years in money for your base. That's good enough. You sign a 1.1 billion deal, Peter. Stop being greedy. This is live, I'm just messing with you. Yeah, stop being greedy. This is one of what made for the Hobbit Lord of the Rings, Peter. So sorry. Mel Gibson too. He signed like his 450, almost 500 million deal, which is like 390, 410 million is American money. That's a good deal for Mel Gibson. I haven't had more of that. I'm like, no, Mel, stop being greedy. This is good enough. So sorry. Yeah. Ivan, it's a lot of gold, Ivan. Ivan, like that's Ivan, man. Like you're calling gold out of water. I don't make this in Hollywood. This is more than what I made for the Hobbit Lord of the Rings combined, Ivan. I know, Peter. Are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy that Ivan. That's a lot of gold, Ivan. I know, Peter. You're walking with like $700 in your bank after taxes for 5 years of work. 4 years of work for post-production. Peter's not working. He's just consulting, right? That's it. He's working a little bit, but he's just overseeing the post-production, and he's consulting. I want this done for visual effects and all that stuff. But he'll barely be working. He's just watching, obviously. Him and Guillermo del Toro have to watch post-production. They're my directors. They have to watch. Peter's like, do I get paid this, Ivan? I'm like, yes, Peter. I paid you a 10 million bonus. That covers post-production. That's a good deal for you. And post-production, you're barely even working, yeah. Yeah. People tell me, yeah, I want to watch post-production. That way I consult and I make sure. Yeah. It's best, Peter, that you get into where you watch post-production. You're my director. You have to watch it, obviously, yeah. What's that? So you're not giving me more money? No, he's taking a good chunk of my money, man. If me and VJ make our $8 billion off the movie, our $7.5 billion off the movie in net profits, Peter takes $700 million out. He took a good chunk of our money. That's why I'm not paying him more, because I'm giving him quite a big chunk of my money. It's still pretty much pocket change, but he's taking a good chunk of me and VJ's money. That's why I'm not paying him more. He's a greedy pig. I also have to give the other actors the royalties, the 17, my presidents and all them. Yeah. Peter writes, if I choose him, he gets his 65 million of the film profits. Jon Favreau gets his $10 million. So like, Jon Favreau, I can pay him 100. That's enough. Yeah, he gets his $100 million. A lot of my money is going to all these guys. You have to be careful, man. Yeah. Yeah. Is David Zaslav good for your company? Yeah, he is. I might consider him, but like for him, I'll only have him work for me for maybe 10, 12 years. Once he's 85, I retire him, obviously. I can easily pay him more than what he makes in Hollywood. I heard David Zaslav makes $51 million in Hollywood. For my company, he's making way more, obviously. Yeah. But I don't know how much he's worth. I don't know how much David Zaslav's worth. I think he's worth like 100 million plus, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. For him, you can pay him the Peter Rice deal, 24 million simultaneous. I have to see how much he's worth, but yeah. And 65 million of film profits. So that's a good deal for him. But he's highly unlikely, man. He's locked on with Warner Bros. And he's old. He's a bit too old. He's 65 now, but when I start Skysys, will be 75. He's now getting old. He can work for you for maybe 10 years. I'm going to choose younger guys, obviously. And James Gunn and Peter Safran are locked on for Warner Bros. DC, obviously. But what I'm paying them is more than what they're making in Hollywood. As James Gunn probably makes maybe $10 million, maybe $50 million as CEO of DC around there he makes. And if he gets a piece of the film profits, he might get maybe his $15-20 million off that. Yeah. Well, I can easily pay him more. Peter Safran too, I can pay him more, obviously. Sometimes. Yeah. 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 So everyone in Hollywood was shocked by Peter Jackson's contract. Yeah. He was signed a $1 billion plus deal, man. They're like, holy shit, Peter signed a massive deal. Yeah, a huge deal. He's making way more than all the CEOs in Hollywood, right? And all the actors. Yeah, it's a huge deal, man. He's even making more than the Amazon CEOs, man, Peter. And so I'm not paying him more if he wants more. I'm like, Peter, you're getting greedy. I'm not paying him money, man. This is a lie, I'm just messing, man. This is more money for me. Like, I don't even make this in Hollywood. Yeah, Peter. This is way more than what you make in Hollywood. Besides that contract, Peter, it's a deal, Ivan. That's a lot of gold, Ivan. Yeah, Peter. A lot of money for you. Are you happy, Peter? Yeah, I'm happy with that deal, Ivan. Thank you, man. You're very generous. And you also gave me on the budget. Yeah, Peter, $2.4 million towards the 3 volumes. 800 million per volume, Ivan? And he's like, holy shit. Looking at our gravity technology, Ivan, yeah, for Xanus, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to go upstairs and get my coffee. Back in a sec. Scary when we left along. We're actually on the show. Sorry for the long wait, guys. I have to get my coffee, and I also have to empty the dehumidifier. Yeah, you guys only have to wait a few minutes. That's not long, right? Yeah. There's no cream, but I'm having it with coconut milk. Still pretty good, the coffee, but. Yeah. So your story's deep. Yeah, I think so. You got all you guys who watched Prince of Egypt. Remember the Exodus? How deep it was. You know what I'm saying? And you have Pharaoh's army approaching everything, and you see them. They have torches. Yeah, like when you're looking at some of that from my movie, and you have Eretat's army approaching. They find out that the city is empty. Like they're marching like Helm's but they're doubles. And they journey through the mountains, the civilians with tactics in them, and then the caverns like more and even Vassal they're looking at a fucking amazing, a deep, powerful, amazing story. People's like, alright, this is better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it's better than Lord of the Rings, people. It's a masterpiece. The best movie children ever made. Yeah, you have access like Prince of Egypt, man. Yeah. Except not as much people. There's only 5,000, like 700 civilians in Sapphires. You have 5,000 civilians and you have 700 of the blacksmiths. So about 6,000 people. Yeah. Zara? Yeah. Yeah. That's why they get a masterpiece, yeah. Well, Zane's blow out of the water. No, it won't blow out of the water, but it'll be a better movie. Looking at a better movie with Lord of the Rings, yeah, man. People would tell me, yeah, this will be better than Lord of the Rings. He's not stupid. He'll start to picture all his things in his mind, like the prologue. Takis is a kid behind the walls, and he leaves the walls. He's thrown in a dungeon, the capture scene, the politics, the drama in Volume 2. In Volume 3, the plot gets deep. He's like, yeah, this will be better than Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it'll be better than Lord of the Rings. Looking at the masterpiece, man. Everything about devils and demons. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, there really are no boring chapters in your book. No. I read my book many times. There's not one boring chapter in my book. It's all entertainment. There are weaker ones than other ones, obviously, but they're not as entertaining. But they're still entertaining reads. That's my point. As the prologue is my worst chapter in the whole book, and I showed you guys a prologue, and you were hooked reading it. Obviously, yeah, you're still hooked reading it. Young Takis is my worst chapter in the book too, in my opinion, and yet when you read, oh no, you can argue it's better than a few other chapters, but Young Takis, when you read that, you were hooked too. Yeah, I showed you guys the first 6 pages. And I showed you guys the other scenes. When he's like, "You mean monsters, cousin? Why can't we leave the walls? Takis, enough of this question. Haven't I already told you so?" You know what I'm saying? But I don't understand. Are the Southerners really that dangerous? Southerners? Is there no peace within the lands? There's some peace here in Xanus. That's funny, I know. That's Tony's is a joker, a sarcastic joker. Yeah. Ivan, even in your own taxi shop, they sound like kids. Yes, how do you do it? It's a gift to have, man. Yeah, they sound like kids too. Like the way the dialogue flows. Yeah, they sound like children too. You mean monsters, cousin? You don't have to pray, take shelter protection, and run away. You mean monsters, cousin. Yeah. One day I'll be king like my father was. And what about me? You'll always be my sarcastic older cousin. I'm now sick. I know. Fucking sick. What age did Taki start training as Xanars? I don't mention it in the book, but he started at a young age, maybe like 5, 6 years old. He started, but by 8 years old, he already mastered the arts. Tactics. Tony's mastered it too, but not the way Tactics did, obviously, as you guys read in that passage, right? Yeah, Tony's also has mastered the arts, but not like your son Tactics. Tactics has mastered every session of the Xan arts as an 8-year-old kid. That's why he's an amazing warrior, obviously. He is Tactics' boy. Royal blood runs into his veins. Yeah, I know, sick. I know. Yeah. So Takis has to worry about the children, yeah. When he gets a bit more mature, the end of the volume 2, he's like, yeah, some of these children here will not see the North. In the movie, I'll say some of these children here will not see the North. They will not see Xanus. They will not see my heavenly kingdom. Yeah, you add stuff to make it more interesting on this. Because I looking at our map, I know Peter. They'll not see his heavenly kingdom. Oh my yeah, Peter. He's like, holy shit, Ivan. Even your side plots blow me away, Ivan. Like your book's a fucking masterpiece, Ivan. I know, Peter. It's Battle of the Rings. Masterpiece. Yeah. Some saying? Yeah. Give me a second. I was gonna go put my pizza in the oven. I have one slice left. Back in a sec. Alright, you guys are back. Well, I'm supposed to warm my slice in the oven. Yeah. Will Xanus be a long book? Yeah, it'll be a good maybe 750 to 800 pages around there. 780 page, 760, 800 page book. Obviously. Because I went online, how long? My book is 195,000 words. I went on Google, how long is a 200,000 word novel? They said it's like, yeah, 780 to 800 pages around there. My book is long. But it's not as long as like Game of Thrones, Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings, and George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones. It's not as long as those books. Those books are very long. They're like 1,000+ pages, those books. Yeah. Could you have made it longer, Ivan? No. Like, I'm satisfied with what I wrote. I don't feel like I need to add anything. Yeah, I could write appendices about the history and all that stuff. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather have you guys make up your mind of what happened in the past, because I give brief history in my book. That's why. But when you read my book, it's obvious you can do prequels, obviously about with Papyri and Sirius and all that stuff, and I'm not going to do that. I think for Xanus, you should leave it alone. Don't touch it. Sarah. Alright, well, some fans think Way of Kings and Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings are better. Yeah, of course. I highly doubt it. A very minority will think that, but like, because my book is more entertaining than those books, man, when you read it. You guys read my book, right? It's the more entertaining read when you read it, right? Yeah, my book's the more entertaining read when you read it. Yeah. It's a more entertaining read when you read it, my book. So I'm sorry. That's why all the book publishing houses. Yeah, I wish Ivy can sell and work for us, man. He's fucking gifted, yeah. Because if I sold it, I'd probably be an actor and also an author too. The Gates will tell me, Ivan, we'll have you be an author. You'll work for Penguin Random House, whatever it is. We'll put you in Penguin Random House, and you get to do movies with VJ. But like, you're gonna dupe me and steal my glands and give me just the peanuts. They'll pay me BJ maybe $5 million for a movie, and they take all our billions, and they take my billions off my book too. They're gonna do me, man. I have my own keys. I don't have to sell to this brand's mine. I'm self-publishing my book. I'm not traditional publishing. I'm not selling out to the gatekeepers. So I'm saying, yeah, all right, we're gonna make you BJ into a Hollywood star. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I don't need you guys. I have my own keys. I don't need your help. I can open the door myself. I have the keys to the kingdom. So I'm saying. Yeah. Why the fuck would I be in Hollywood when I can start my own films with BJ Barrett in Hollywood? I can fund Xanus for way more money, $2.4 million. Why would I sell? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm sorry. Yeah. I guarantee the book publishing also would have like, holy shit, Ivan is gifted, man. I wish he can come work for us. He's fucking gifted. Yeah, I have the gifts. I know how to write an amazing story, also. So I'm sorry. I'll get my pizza, guys, in a good, 3 minutes. Yeah. 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 He's like, Ivan, look at you now. You're a successful author. I know. You made billions on the book. Yeah, I made like $10 million off my book. I'm successful now, yeah. Ivan, with that money, we can build our $500 million house. We can start our phones with that money, Ivan. I know, VJ. Yeah, I'll put $300 million towards my sewer lot. Yeah, beautiful sewer lot I built. Right? My cash was coming with VJ. Yeah. Will you go on a book tour, Ivan? Yeah, I most likely will. I'm going to leave my email information in my book, and I guarantee we'll go. I guarantee we'll go. What? On a book tour too. The book tour will probably not be as crazy as the movie. I might maybe travel to I might maybe be interviewed at maybe 20 places or something like that for the book. Or maybe more, I don't know. And for the book tour, if you rent a large venue, I'm taking 50% of the money too for that, obviously. I'm not going to have any part of my success, right? Fans paid to see me, to see me speak, I'm taking 50% of the money. That's the deal, obviously. Yeah. And VJ will be watching in the either in the backstage or she'll be watching in the audience when they interview me on my book. They're going to grill me with a lot of questions, but I'll be prepared to answer the questions, obviously. And I put on a show, right, because I'm an amazing speaker. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second. I'm going to go just get my pizza. Back in a sec. Screw it, don't want that for long. Alright, guys, I'm back. Well, I was just to warm my slice. Why are you eating it now? Well, yesterday I bought 3 slices, but I couldn't eat 3. I ate 2, and I saved 1 slice for this morning. That's why I'm eating my slice, obviously. Eating my pizza. Glenwood pizza, right? Yeah. Glenwood pizza, in my opinion, is the best pizza in Elmer. Yeah, they have amazing pizza, man, yeah. 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 Is your book tough to understand, Ivan? No, not really. No, it's not. As I'm a very simple writer. Yeah. As you guys read, right? It's not complicated like Lord of the Rings, in my opinion, is a difficult book to. It's very difficult to grasp a lot of it because J.R.R. Tolkien, his world building is so rich and in depth. You have to read it like, for me, I have to read it like 2-3 times just to understand like 30% of it. I only grasped maybe 5% of Lord of the Rings when I read it. I forgot half the stuff. I forgot half the characters because it's so rich and in depth. There's so many things going on. And I don't have a big USB. My mind's fucked up. I'm pretty stupid, obviously. But I'm a creative genius. That's my gift, obviously, right? Yeah. Ivan, please read more books. No. No. That's not my dream. My dream is being a movie star RPG, not being an author. It's not my dream. I'm sweating balls. Yeah. So when you say you're better, you're a better writer, you mean a storyteller? Yeah, I mean I'm a better storyteller than than the other guys. But those guys are better writers in terms of their knowledge of the English literature. They're better than me, obviously, because I don't use all these big, overcomplicated words. Half the words these guys use in their books, I don't even know half what those words mean, man. They use all these big, like, English poetic words, but the story's not as entertaining. It's more boring. So I'm saying, that's my point. Yeah, yeah. Because there will be some fans who do like perhaps Way of Kings, Lord of the Rings, and Game of Thrones better than Xanus, but I highly doubt it because my book is a very entertaining read. But some fans might like those other books better, right? Alright, it's everyone different ways. I highly doubt though. My book is so entertaining. It's the best fans novel you're ever gonna read in your life. It's a masterpiece, man. You know. As you guys read sneak peeks of my book, right? Yeah. And when you read my book and you read these other books, what story is more entertaining? Yeah, I think your book's more entertaining. Yeah, my book's more entertaining. As my stepmother told me, my book's number one. Entertaining read, yeah. When you read it. Some Sarah. Yeah. 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 Ivan, did you have a blast writing Xanus? Yes, I did. Writing books is fun too, but it's not as fun as being a movie star. Because I'm gonna tell VJ, if we write books, we'll make way more money than even doing movies. We'll make more money. He's like, yeah, Ivan, but like, I don't really want to write books. I'd rather be a movie star with you. Yeah, I'd rather be a movie star too. But movies cost us more money, hundreds of millions, and we make less. That's how you know I'm not just about the money. Being a movie star is my ultimate dream. It's not being a famous author, honestly. We're still gonna make our billions on the movie, right? Not as much as the book, but we're still gonna make our billions on. We're $8 billion saying it's 7.5 saying it's, yeah. Yeah. So I'm saying, I will experience being a famous author. I'm gonna enjoy the fame of being a famous author and then transition into a movie star once I start doing with VJ. Some Sarah. Yeah. I don't know, you bluff manager, you right when you show us. Yes, guys, I'm not lying. What I wrote is what I showed you guys. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, you bluff manager, whole book really like that. Yes, guys, I'm not lying to you guys. My whole book is like that. Aaron didn't read. Yeah. So Jared Token's a better writer than you. Yeah, when you say writer, you have to qualify. What do you mean by writing? Do you mean like the knowledge of the English literature and the use of the, the big words, or do you mean like a storyteller? I'm a better storyteller than Tolkien, but Tolkien is a better writer in terms of his knowledge of the English literature. As Lord of the Rings is very, very rich and deep when you read it. It's beautifully written. He uses all these big words, like in his dialogue, like "ere the sun rises." Like that's very, very deep and rich. But the story's not as entertaining. My book's still more entertaining. As I wrote the better book, I'm a better author. Yeah. Some Sarah. On Fantasy Writers Reddit, I read some stuff. All those guys are they have a lot of knowledge, good knowledge of the English literature. They're very amazing writers when it comes to English literature, but they're not that great storytellers. They don't know how to keep the story pacing. They have plot holes. They try their best to wow you with their big English words, but the story's boring. It's not going anywhere. Whereas me, I don't really wow you with all those big words. My book is beautifully written too, as you guys read, but when I describe stuff, I don't use all these big words because I don't even know half those words. But yet my story is still more entertaining. It's more entertaining to read. The characters on the page. It's a fun read. It's entertainment. Some Sarah. Yeah. It's entertainment. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're a pretty simple writer. You don't really use all these big words, but yet there's something about your story that's very unique and it's very entertaining. Yes, because I have the heavenly gift that these other guys don't have, right? They have the earthly gift. They don't have the heavenly gift like me. That's why my book is so unique and entertaining, honestly. So when you read Lord of the Rings, Way of Kings, and George R. R. Martin's Game of Thrones, you see a different in quality. In terms of the use of the English literature, you do see a difference in quality. Those books are better in quality in terms of the richness of the world building and the English literature, the written form of the English literature. It's better in quality in my way, but you see a difference in quality when it comes to the story. My story is more fresh, it's more entertaining when you read it, obviously. No. Whereas their books are a bit dry. Beautifully written English literature, richer warbling and everything, but it's drier. It's more dry. It doesn't feel as fresh as my book. My book feels fresh when you read it. Very entertaining. Yeah. Yeah. Some saying? Why don't you be a movie star and write books? I'll make way more money, but after I film Zane's, I just want to take a vacation with Egypt. I don't feel like we're writing more books, obviously. I might perhaps write their unique. I don't know. But I mean, maybe after I proofread my book and I get it and I design my cover, I might perhaps think about finishing their unique. But I have to save another like $2,000 to edit it. Obviously. Yeah. I have to brainstorm my idea for my story. I already have the pictures in my mind for their unique. Yeah. Yeah. Their unique might be maybe a 350-page book if I write it. I'm highly doubt I'm gonna write though, man. Fucking tired. Writing a book's a lot of work. But their unique I can easily finish it in 4 or 5 months. If I dedicate 5 pages a day, I'll finish it in 4 or 5 months. And me and Vijay will make even more money. We'll make our, I don't know, our 23 billion off both books, maybe around there. Yeah. I might think about it. Yeah. I highly doubt though. I'll buy a laptop and then I can write their unique, but yeah. Even your there unique was an amazing start to your story. I know I'm an amazing storyteller. So God gave you all the gifts. Yeah, He gave me the gifts because He knew the gatekeepers would lock the doors on me. That's why He had to give me the gifts. Yeah, even though the gates fucked up my mind, I'm stupid and I struggled in school. There's a reason why they fucked up my mind. That way I struggled in school and I can't be successful in life. Yeah, if we fuck up Ivan's brain and he's stupid in school, he might not be able to finish his high school. He might not be able to write a book or even write music and all that stuff. But the gifts still stay there. Even though I'm pretty stupid, the gifts still remain in my mind. I have the creative gift, man. I'm a creative genius, man. I know how to tell a good story. I'm saying, I might consider writing They're Unique, maybe. After I get my book proofread and I design my cover, I'm going to do brainstorming for They're Unique. I might perhaps write it. But the book, because the book won't be as long as Zane's, it might be maybe 100, maybe. Because I have a lot of ideas in my mind, I might be pretty long. It might be maybe a 400-page book. I write maybe 100, like 30,000 words or something like that of They're Unique. I can show you guys snippets of that, but maybe, perhaps. But first, I have to get my book proofread for Xanus, design my cover. Then I'll consider either writing their. I might consider writing They're Unique, obviously, my romance story, right? Yeah, I've been pleased with They're Unique. I might consider it. I highly doubt it. As Xanus, yeah. Well, They're Unique be better than Xanus. It'll be close, man. You guys read They're Unique. If I wrote that, it'd be a masterpiece too. But maybe the woman might like They're Unique better than Xanus. But Xanus will be better than They're Unique, man. It's a fucking fantasy's better than romance, right? Yeah. I'll make more money, right? I might make my 20 billion off the two books instead of only making 23 billion off the two books. 30 billion off the two books, yeah. He's Ivan, you should write They're Unique. Yeah, I might think about it. After I get it proofread my book, I design my cover, I might think about finishing They're Unique maybe, but yeah. But I haven't written in a while. So I need to really want, yeah. Because I haven't written in a while, I might have maybe a little bit of writer's block, and I get into the zone, and I end up, I remember my craft in writing, and I read a masterpiece, obviously, for They're Unique, obviously. Yeah. Sarah? Yeah. Before I shut his character, Ivan, how did Cassius know the wolves are coming? He had a gut feeling in his heart they're going to mark Sapphius because they already marked Cyrus. And he also knew Eretat was looking for Tactius, and he interrogated them. And he knows that Eretat knows they escaped. And Eretat's not stupid. Yeah, they must have went to Sapphius, and the prince must be there. That's why Cassius had that gut feeling in his heart. He's like, Tactius. He's like, even though me and Tacitus escaped from the devil's grasp, fleeing to this beautiful land we behold here, we are still in Eretat's territory. We're still in his region, obviously, his domain. And he's like, Tactius, listen to me. Somebody doesn't feel the darkness of the wolf's presence draws near. I can feel whatever makes my one eye. And I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying, yeah. Yeah. The pirate and Sirius come from Cyrus, right? Yeah, I met them there a couple days ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is a beautiful line here in Southeast, but shan't be for long. I'm now sick. I know I'm looking sick. Yeah. So sorry. That's, yeah. Cassius had that gut feeling in his heart. That's why, imagine applying onto the movie. You have Jimo on too. He's talking to me. He was like, looking at a masterpiece, man. He can't sleep, And he tells Takis that he has a gut feeling the wolves are coming. Yeah. And they actually are coming. Eratat's like 25,000 armies marching to Southeast to march the land. Hence why looking at a masterpiece, man. You apply it onto the screen, right? The demons and devils. Yeah. But he's alright. This is better than the Rings. I know he's better than the Rings. That's why Xanus will be the best novel ever written. The best movie children ever made. Anyways, guys, here's where I talk around Twitter for a minute. That's good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned. I'll do my Ivy Lamera go-through series later on this afternoon. So, Ivy Lamera, I'm signing off. Peace, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. Peace out.